Right, so I've signed up to my local fishery and I am here today to bait up and see if I can see any signs of fish, to see how we get on. Right, so the sort of areas I'm trying to bait up are marginal bits of water with like trees overhanging and stuff like that. So there's this one here, sort of just down in this area, that sort of area. There's loads of pads running through the middle of the water, so may get a spot out later on and spots in the middle of the water, but I'm going to focus on the margins, I think. All I know about this lake so far is it's super silty, super snaggy, and I've got no idea what the stock levels are. I think a few years ago I know over 27, nothing massive, but it's just a nice bit of local fishing. I like the challenge of the snags and the silt, loads of lily pads, and it's a really nice place to be. So let's see what we can get out of it. Plan of action is, when I come back in the morning, I'm going to do the morning fishing for pike with a lure, which I've never done before, so I don't expect to see any fish. But it gives me the opportunity to walk up and down the lake back to the spots that I pre-baited and see if I can notice any carp in the process, which then when I go back to the car to get my carp gear, I'll know hopefully which swim I'm going to drop into. Well, it's now the morning, so let's load the car up, see if we can catch any fish. I'll run you through the bait I'm going to use and all that sort of stuff when I'm there. So, for the meantime, let's hit the road. Okay, we've arrived. There is a few people in the swims who pre-baited yesterday. That's not a problem. That's the benefits of pre-baiting a couple of areas. For now, I'm going to lob the lure around, see if we can get pike. After a few hours lure fishing for pike, I decided to head back to the car, get my carp gear and try and find some carp. I've seen some signs of carp. It's not in one of the pre-baited swims, weirdly enough, but they are fizzing something chronic out there. I'm right up the top end of the lake where no one's fishing. To be honest, I don't think many people like walking up here. The path's quite uneven and it's quite a long walk from the car park, so I reckon I'm going to be fishing up here today for the carp. No pike to show yet, but yeah, this looks good. Right, before I fling it out, just want to show you my setup. So I've got a helicopter rig here on a Slip D Snowman presentation. That's it, simple as that, nothing too tricky or difficult or complicated. Nice and simple, let's get it out. Rig number one's out on the spot. Here's rig number two, similar setup with a heli setup. This time it's just on a Ronnie rig with a supple boom section and a white pop-up. Again, nice and easy, nothing complicated. Let's get that one out on the spot. So as you saw, we've got one on a white pop-up. That's just down to my right hand side on the margin. The Snowman rig is out in open water in front where I saw some fizzing. Yeah, now we just sit and wait. I'm going to keep watching the water, just see if there's any signs of fish elsewhere up and down the lake. But I'm confident, I'm happy and I'm confident. Now the rods are out on the spot, gives me the opportunity to talk to you about the bait I'm using. So I have gone with the ever famous Scopex squid. So I've gone for the 15mm boilies, some pellet, bit of the stick mix, some sweet corn in there, and and I've topped it up with a bit of the matching goo as well, and that's just going to go out down the margin with that white pop-up on top. And I've put a few of the boilies in a PVA stringer, and that's gone out with the hook bait. I have seen a couple of carp down to my right now, so I've put both rods on that spot, both on the Slip D rig Snowman presentation. One's topped with a pink pop-up, one's topped with a yellow pop-up. See if we can get one out. I'm feeling really good and confident, but time is ticking on. I haven't got all day. I've got to be off by about 2:30. It's 11:45 now. Hopefully we can get one. Well, I am gutted. Loads of fizzing up. Got a few short beeps on the rod, lifted the rod up, hooked into a fish, and quick shake of the head, the hook's come out. Heartbroken. It is my first time here, never fished here before, so it's a good sign. I've seen fish, and yeah, they're here. I'm in the right spot, so there's still chance and enough time for another one, so let's hope that can happen. The crayfish that reside in this lake decided this was the perfect time to present themselves. They're definitely here. Sometimes in this situation it can be really frustrating. I've seen the fish in the vicinity, I know they're feeding on the spot, they just haven't picked up my hook bait. We all go through this frustration as carp anglers. It's just one of those things. Hopefully there's a change around in the dying embers of this session. There is an absolute lake hippo on the other side of my baits. It's got to happen, it's got to. Come on. It's got to happen. While we're here though, tell me what other videos you would like to see on the channel. Let me know in the comments. Anyone wanting to know how you can tell if there's crayfish in your lake, this is how you can tell. Looks like Freddy Krueger's had a go at it. New hook bait it is. After a couple more hours with fresh hook baits, no fish seemed to grace the net, so with that I had to pack up and leave. Well, that session's over, no fish on the bank. However, I've got positives to take away, and I certainly know where I'll be setting up next week when I come back to do a night. Tune in to watch that video. Hopefully we have a fish on the bank to show you. Thanks for watching everyone.